Dear children, today we are going to see some mathematical functions in Java. So, children, on the screen you are just you can see that I'm not using BlueJ, I'm using Sublime Text. So, but I have explained you BlueJ, so you need to execute the programs there only. The procedure is the procedure I will explain one more time. So now let's start. So the very first mathematical function which we are going to see is math.min. So first of all, just declare few variables. So here I have got three variables, and this variable r is for the result, and here scanner class, enter two numbers. Math.min. Children, here this function can receive only two parameters. So it means we need to input A and B both. So here A is ss dot next int and B is also ss dot next int, and after that just print the result, which is R. So let us see that. So first number is 12, second number is 2. You see that 2 is on the screen. This is the result. So we have got the minimum. This is the result. So we have got the result minimum between the two values 12 and 2. So better if we write result is here. Okay. Children, just now the variables are integer type. Okay. So suppose we want to input double type values, then what will be the change? We need to declare these three double type variables, and here this R is also double type. So first of all, I am just trying to find out the larger between two only, smaller between two only. So it is 12.0 and minus what happened? Wait. So children, the problem is here I am trying to receive the integer value. That's why the error has come. So if the value is double types, then we need to just use this function next double. So 12.0, 45.0, and the result is 12.0. The smaller is coming like this. Okay. Children, in case when we want to we want to find out the smallest among three, then what to do? And I told you that this function can receive only two parameters. So enter three numbers first, and here C is ss dot next double. Then what you will do? So in place of B, we need to call the function like this, like this. So what will happen? The execution will start from this innermost part. So first of all, B and C will be compared, and the result of this, suppose P will get compared with this A, and then final result will get stored in this variable R. So I'm just going to explain you one example. Suppose we have entered 5, 7 and minus 14. What will happen? So initially 7 and minus 14 are compared. So the innermost function, this one will return math.min b comma c, which is b comma c, which is minus 14. And A was 5. So after that, this result minus 14 will get compared with this 5, resulting minus 14 as a result. So we will see that only. We are going to input these three values, and Then see what is the output here in this case. So children, first of all 5, then 7, and then minus 14. The result is minus 14. So it is returning the smallest among. Children, the same manner, if we want to find out the larger between two or the largest among three, what we need to do is simply we need to change this function. In place of min, it will become max, and here also here it will become this max. So see that the larger is 3, so among these three numbers we have entered. Okay, children, suppose in the same question we want to find out the second largest value. So in order to find out the second largest value, we need to find out the largest and the smallest both at the same time. We need to find out this, and then we have one more variable, middle one, or the second largest one. So children, in order to get that, what to do is, this is the statement for the smallest, and now here this is what smallest, and here this is the largest. So math dot min passing a comma, sorry, math dot min passing a comma, math dot min passing b comma c. So here we will be writing like this. So here smallest, and this is the largest. So here we have got the smallest and the largest. Smallest is smallest, and here largest is largest. Children, three numbers we have got, the smallest as 3 and the largest as 56.0. So now the question is how to find out the second smallest. So children, here for second smallest we have we can use this method, which is the addition of all and then subtracting smallest plus largest from the sum total. So children, here suppose the values are, the value of A is 1, the value of B is 2, the value of C is 4. So what is the sum total? The sum total is 7. So here 7, and smallest is 1, largest is 5, which is the sum total of smallest and largest is 5. So 7 minus 5, which is 2 here. So here we have got the second largest, and in the same manner we can find out the second smallest. Actually second smallest and second largest is actually same, because among three. So this is how we have got. Now we would like to see some more functions. So after this one of the important function is how to find out the square root of a number. So in that case we need only two variables. So this is a scanner class, and here after that enter number. So here we have entered this number, which is next double, and after that here B is math.sqrt in order to find out the square root of the number. This is the function. Result is R. So not R, the result is actually B. The number is 100.0. You see that the result is 10. So here we are getting the square root of this. Children, we have one more function to find out the cube root of a given number. So for cube root, we have CVRT function, which returns the cube root of a given number. So here I am passing 1000.0, and here it is returning the cube root of this number 1000, which is 10. So now children, if we want to find out a raised to the power b, so in that case we need one more variable, which is r. We need one more variable, which is r here. So just declare one more variable, and here enter a, and after that you just write enter b. And here I would like to find out a raised to the power b. So for that we have a function which is pow function. So math.pow a comma b, it means a raised to the power b. And here the result I am just going to store in this variable r. So for that, here just display this this r. So it is 2 and it is 5. I have not entered the value of b. So here this is the issue. So here what to do is b is ss dot next double. So 2 and 5, here the result is 2 raised to the power 5, which is 32. So this is all about power function. Children, suppose using the same function we want to find out the square root and cube root using power function. So what you will do, we don't need this statement here. And if we want to find out the square root of a, so what we will write? We will write a raised to the power 0.5. Let us see that. So 100, I have entered 100, and you see that a raised to the value 0.5, which is the square root. Let us see that. Suppose it is 100 and 100 raised to the power 0.5, which is 100 raised to the power 1 by 2. So it can be written as 10 raised to the power 2 into 1 by 2. So children, what is happening? These 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So the resultant value is 10 to the power 1, which is 10. So children, here this is how this function works. Now we will see one more operation of this function is in order to find out the cube root of the number. So if we want to find out the cube root, then we can use in place of this 0.5, we can write 1.0 by 3.0 we can write. So any number raised to the power 1 by 3. For example, here suppose the number is 1000 raised to the power 1 by 3. So what we can write is 10 to the power 3 into 1 by 3, and this 3 and this 3 is cancelled. So the resultant is 10 to the power 1, and which is 10 is the answer. So this is how this works. Children, one more function we are going to see is math dot floor. So in that case, what it does, so children, here just enter a number, and here A is ss dot next double we have entered, and here B is math dot flow A, result is R. Children, suppose the number is 12.3, what it will do, it will here not R, it is going to return B. 12.3, the result will be 12.0. So here what it does, flow, it comes down. Here 12.3 means it will definitely come towards the flow, which is 12 is the base here. Even if you pass 12.9, what will happen? It is again it is 12. So math.floor actually does this only. Children, here if we have a negative values like minus 12.3, what will happen? The result will be minus 13.0. Why? Here in this case, it actually it follows a number line. So which is, suppose minus 13 is somewhere here, and 12 is minus 12.0 is somewhere here, and minus 12.3 is actually here. So either it will shift here or it will shift here. Since math.floor returns the smaller base, which is minus 13.0 only, because it cannot be converted to minus 12.0, because minus 12.0 is a larger value than minus 12.3. So the smaller base is minus 13.0, that's why the answer is minus 13.0 in this case. So children, so we have seen today few examples of mathematical functions. I hope you all have understood the functionality of these functions, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.